各位观众朋友们，我们今天的最后一场的 N4C 外卡赛事，最后有哪一位选手是 MISTA 还是 VORTIX 能前进到我们的8强赛事实体赛？我们直接来看一下哈。那地图是高视野区，双方是法兰西打神罗 VORTIX。
I'm just listening to the villagers sigh after they finish something. Okay. Once Ozzy pointed it out earlier today, I can't ignore it now.
Okay.
Should literally
等一下
if I had this
，MISTA 这里开局3个人在伐木。
company over, I would never put this on a speaker or like a TV or anything. This game, it's sus.
Okay.
MISTA
Also always very careful what I put on.
MISTA 3个人在伐木，4个人在伐木。他要走什么？双 TC？
Share to screen button on your phone is a trap. It's a trap, Nilly.
You don't know how often I check my OBS if I'm not streaming by accident.
No, actually, I do the same thing. I have Task Manager up all the time. You gotta check the processes, dude. I don't trust the program list. Gotta check the EXEs, bro.
Okay. By the way, this indeed is Spearman Rush by VORTIX, by MISTA. I have no idea what's happening here.
It's a really early Spearman Rush. Oh my goodness. What is he, like 12 pop right now?
I didn't know this was an option. Is that to pressure the gold?
It might be. Maybe he wants to kick the French off the golds.
Wow. The HRE of the gold, right?
MISTA 他继第一盘，他又打一个，
How heavily we are still with 4 village on wood.
打一个像蒙古的一样，黑暗长枪兵。
Tower rush is an option. Scout is running over. What does the MISTA Scout? Didn't have the best in.
MISTA 他又要创一些新的 meta 出来了吗？
Now he sees okay the plateau without the stealth forest. Opponent has to be there.
法国黑块
Interesting. I've never seen this before. And villagers being sent forward. This is a tower rush towards the gold in Dark Age against HRE. Wow.
Exactly what does he see here? He sees a lot, Nilly, to be fair. You can see the chapel coming up already. He's got 2 scouts near the gold. I think I would like to see him scout around the right side to make sure there's no gold too close by. He sees the one at the front. So that'll probably tell him that this is the primary goal for VORTIX and maybe his only other option to go to.
当蒙古在玩
Yeah, something I've not seen, honestly. Prelate still going.
结果 VORTIX 他还真的没有黄金，他的黄金在前置位。
He could easily just go onto an archer range and like two archers deal with this.
然后那个 VORTIX 打开那个文明，再确认一下自己眼睛是眼花还是什么。MISTA 是玩蒙古吗？
As he sends villagers back to gold, the spearmen are kind of out of position. He's gonna find that outpost from the MISTA, so he knows exactly what the MISTA is up to. And he can start planning.
结果是一个法兰西。
Chapel is almost complete. He will be in the second age soon. And like you said, he can simply go into archers. But still, he's not going to be able to access that gold right away.
我从没有看过这样子的法兰西，法国。
Now has the prelate and
开局直接伐木场，
not really reaching the wood line.
四村伐木。
Do you even want to send the prelate in there? I'm not sure if it's actually good.
It's only what boosting the sheep villagers. That's it.
Okay, barracks now being built by VORTIX. Bit surprising to me. Does he want to counter with his own spearman? Man at arm could be an option as well. Really strong against Dark Age units, but not scaling too well in case of the MISTA going for knights or archers after this.
Kind of feels like if VORTIX gets a few units built up, he can just simply ignore that gold to the left and go to the gold in the middle, because MISTA is not going to be able to fight him with just age 1 military. And there's another outpost for MISTA, so he's already thought about it. Doesn't want to give VORTIX any gold options.
I love that. Is also on stone.
这边神罗要出装甲步兵了。
Potential hours let's play, and indeed 4 men at arms. He had 82 gold in the bank.
这边神罗要出装甲步兵了，可是黄金被锁住。MISTA 能多快上来呢？
You can only take that tower down with lots and lots of losses.
这个装甲步兵可以1砍4。
And I don't think Vortex. Yeah, he can't. Don't think he can see the gold on the right, even if he wants to go out there. Men at Arms now coming out
现在
and
有2只斥候在弄。
hit by the units from MISTA, so he's gonna have to back up, and he's on a timer, Nilly, because
最右边3点钟方向，最右边有一个黄金，
and he doesn't
但
have any
非
access
常
to
的
that
远
yet. But I think he's going out to that outpost.
大家直接用这个村民来
And
清这
Pulse
个
Twin
哨
Villagers
站。
there, obviously no arrow slits on it, so should be an easy kill. Men at Arms as well, and then maybe Vortex with all the wood in the world that he has can just go for another
What is
mill.
that wall? What is that wall for MISTA?
Ooh. Also, the villager, like, unprotected there, but Men at Arms is running away. Well, will give him quite some nice control, right? He knows, okay, I only want to attack the left-hand side, want to attack the gold. I actually don't mind it. If you fully wall off the right-hand side, you can play a feudal age all in and just control those 2 golds and you win.
If you can control the golds, though. Because now Vortex is back on the golds. Vortex already has Men at Arms. I think this wall was, and there's another wall over there too. Wow, he's trying to wall his enemy in, but I think this wall was kind of centered around the fact that he already had control over both the golds and didn't want Vortex moving out.
有看恐怖片的感觉。
Instead,
我现在都没有讲话，我一直在看 MISTA 到底在怎么打，他真的是战术鬼才耶。
he currently has a better military, and there's more walls coming up here.
Yeah, trying to chop around, and yeah, that's something you can do there if you chop those trees.
然后
after
Vortex 直接砍树出来了。
walls, you can actually run through. So MISTA not really getting the control there. Nice move by Vortex, and will control this area.
And there's another outpost from MISTA. Okay, so he continues the push. To be fair, behind this, his economy has been completely safe.
Yeah.
He's had no idle time other than that one villager forward that's building. And now he's sending a Royal Knight over to maybe try and snipe some villagers on the gold.
每一次都打出一些很
Spearman
精
there
湛
for the
的，
defense though.
有成功的，也有失败的。
He only needs gold.
但
and could
是
think about castling this one. After all this aggression, I would be really surprised if MISTA allows that. Is still
但是能开创出新 meta 新打法的人真的很厉
Okay,
害，
now more archers in the queue.
Royal Knight.
愿意
I
尝
know
试
I。mispronounced it. I apologize, chat. I'm so sorry. I ruined your day. I realized that. Men at Arms coming in. Gonna be able to take a few
这边
hits,
有
but they're
箭
gonna
塔
back up now.
有
They
皇家
realize
骑士
this-
一
the
只，
outpost is actually
自
firing
制
on
长
them,
枪
and
兵。
He seems very comfortable in this situation, Vortex. I mean, MISTA, it was early pressure from him, but it hasn't really done much.
Like, will keep his opponent pretty honest. I would think so, but Vortex, even under all this pressure, is playing this one so greedy. And the defensive tower. And honestly, like, Relic at the top could be pretty easy. The other 4 pretty far away from him and quite unreachable. Could click up to Castle Age. This is pretty crazy. How under
Yeah, he's
all
going
this
up right now.
pressure.
现在
he's going up.
Vortex 盖
Well, I mean, you say
地标了。
all this pressure, but basically, as soon as MISTA left that outpost alone and didn't have military near there, there wasn't that much, right? The only pressure that was really being applied was the outpost on the gold, and then he left that position, and it was free to take out with just villagers from Vortex. So there's more outposts coming now. Knights wandering around the right side, looking for villagers that Vortex sent out previously.
哇，
Men at Arm at the other side, raiding a bit. Sheep all done, so economy of MISTA not that pretty when it
Ooh,
comes
the
to food
Knights.
income.
Oh, big hits there from the Spearman on the Knights. And MISTA
这
is
个
gonna have to run away
奇
from that
袭
army, and Men at Arms are at the top
又
side
没有
too,
用
ready to
了，
counter in
又被
there.
守住了。
Cathedral is almost completed.
英国打一个
Yeah, I
装
don't
甲步
understand how
兵，
Vortex has the balls to
法
make
兰
this
西
happen.
打一
I wouldn't
个
even try to
长枪
attempt
兵。
this. Like, it feels so scary. But seems like he is making it work. Still has enough units. Now double prelate out. How many relics does he see? Shouldn't have the greatest scouting, and seems like maybe 2, 3. He should know about 3 relics.
好扯哦。
It's only archers being produced
One
now.
prelate.
from Mista. The prelate goes down. There's another one behind there. Still only spearmen and men-at-arms, and the berries are expiring, so Vortix is going to have to figure out where he goes for food. After those berries are gone, actually. He doesn't have any food sources, I don't think.
Oh, and not the highest.
现在
amount of
Vortex
wood
没有
either,
食物
so
啦，
quite interesting move here, and this could be a pretty big fight. Goes
现
for
在
the
大
berries
量
at
的
the top,
人
will get
掩
all
护
the
这个食
control, and
物，
Mista gives it to him. A bit surprising.
It's like the story of this game feels like Mista is trying to, you know, take map control, take resources away from Vortex, but Vortex has the military presence where he can just push back the army and simply head out there anyway with the villagers. Good prelate snipe at the top, though, I think.
Let's see if that's actually going to happen. Scout is chasing. Now the knight should get some reasonable hits off, and prelate should get sniped. Now goes for the conversion. I think the knight should get the kill.
Gonna be close. Yeah, he got him. And meanwhile, in the center, I mean, the men-at-arms were doing work against the archers from Mista. He can always fall back to these outposts here, but
这一盘还
just
夹着
constantly behind.
，Mista 还
And,
用
Vortex,
还用这
I
种
don't
奇
think
招
he's even-
夹
Has
着
he，lost a villager against this yet?
I didn't see it, but he had to. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair.
这边果实很多人铺路在外面哦。
Where's that relic? Go grab it. We need Wololo potential here. Okay, prelate's gonna go down. Military being weakened there. The knight's doing good work at the front, but the men-at-arms are gonna push their way through that, and the archers need to run away again. And once again, we come back to the fact that Vortex is in H3. Mista is in H2.
哇哦，
Mista didn't add that second town center, so definitely still advantage Vortex here.
Vortex 还是夹住，
Relic, though. We have to remember
哇，
that
这个
Prelate now
城
tries
堡
to
的
run to the
兵
right-hand side, tries to find something. And we have actually the villager in the center somehow dying there against the scout. So Vortex might actually have more villager snipes than Mista, or might be even with 1-1.
I don't think he's lost a Ville. I really don't think he's lost one. It's actually tragic for Mista if you think about it. All this investment.
哇，
Okay, now on all the deer. How is cartilage timing looking for Mista?
投资太大了，这
Too
个
pretty, but it's not producing anything. What's happening here? Market.
Still
Finally, a
men-at-arms
relic?
coming out.
Vortex, what is he doing
Vortex.
with this?
Put it inside. Perfect. Okay, he's out of food again, Nilly. These villagers are getting pretty far away. That's like... What is that?
Vortex
18
一路
villagers?
吃
How
果
many
实
vills
吃
are
到
there?
这里来了。
18 villagers going to be up in that top corner if Mista ever heads there. Vortex is going to have to defend with his military.
Let's see. And Stealth Forest, obviously, you might not always have a good idea of the army. Another prelate goes out, instantly
这
gets
边冲一
sniped.
波，
That's another one going down. So Vortex not really happy with his gold control. But second relic on the way home, so should get two.
Yeah, the wolf is chasing, but the prelate should be fine, and the knight is being chased away by the men-at-arms, so... It's just this... like, it feels like Vortex is under a lot of pressure, but the way he's playing right now seems very comfortable.
Yeah, it's like, I would be extremely nervous, but just so many clean moves out, tries to control, knows he
我
has
不
the
太
better
清楚
economy as well,
Mista
so
就他正
the
面
longer
打
the game
一定会
goes,
输
the
Vortex 吗？
happier he should be.
但是这确实是 Mista 他迷人的地方，只是打 Vortex 他好稳。
Did he maybe shift click but misclick? What is he doing with the relic?
No, it's going, man. He's sending it to Mista. He feels bad.
He can't. What is
We need to hide our treasures over here.
in the stealth forest?
Yep.
Mista
dig a pit.
Vortex 的遗迹去哪里？
Let's not
X
put it where
marks
the
the spot.
opponent is expecting it.
Okay,
And
now
he-
he's coming back.
Okay. Just a small detour. I think relics
like-
get more valuable the more different areas they visited as well, right?
This is like CrossFit right here. Relic running.
可以别再看这一只了吗？
I think he shift clicked by accident all the way around because this monk keeps or this prelate keeps stopping at random intervals.
Okay,
Well, the relic's
touchdown.
in now, so we can look at something else. The archers are under the outpost there from Vortex, and finally he loses a couple villagers on the gold, and MISTA reaches the castle age. Vortex still without his second town center. Still responding to the pressure, so MISTA has kept him inside the base.
Okay, really solid job there, but still double relic.
现在
with
MISTA 也上来
two
了，
villagers, so quite a nice.
但是一
advantage
直
for
追
them.
着这个小攻。
Coming from the right. He sent it forward. It's not home for defense. MISTA should realize it's somewhere else since there's only 4 men-at-arms chasing him.
哦，这里很大一波。
MISTA is building up Arbaletrier. Is it Arbaletrier? Arbaletrier?
Let's ask Marine Lord.
Okay.
I think Arbaletrier or something like that, yeah.
All right.
But instantly sees it, won't lose a single villager. Oh, this
公
is
弩
really good.
兵已经在等了，但是这个步兵量很多。
Micro step one down as well. Oh, this is so good for MISTA. Actually, I thought they could find lots and lots of kills. Found one villager, might find
The wood line
some.
though.
Yeah, but I think he should pull away from that wood line. No, oh, it becomes tricky. Okay, obviously some idle time forced, but yeah, simply the perfect reaction.
Still, a lot of his economy is idle here, and this takes the pressure off of Vortex's base for the time being.
这一波装甲步兵被公弩兵及时吃掉。
He kept shifting from berries to berries to berries, and now he's gonna have to add some more farms.
哇 ，MISTA 该不会可以反超？又用他的方式反超。
Archers at the front being taken out by men-at-arms. They need to fall back.
Okay, that raid actually doing quite some damage here. I thought the Arbiters would deal a bit better with those men-at-arms. Still keeps a reasonable mass around, and
很狂
lots
哦，
of men-at-arms are dying, but still felt like MISTA's income not looking pretty.
很狂哦
Yeah,
，MISTA。
if we had like a worker efficiency stat here, we'd see it really, really low for MISTA, as he had 11 villagers garrisoned in his town center. His gold villagers were also running away for a time, and
但
Vortex
是
is now
被动收入
capturing the sacred
Vortex 很
site.
多。
Over on the right side, he still has some men-at-arms forward, so MISTA has to be careful about them. But it's MISTA's turn now to start thinking about pushing forward once again.
Yeah, he has to. Dealt with this one quite reasonably, and now he has an army that's really good against what Vortex had. So maybe a tech switch could be an option here for Vortex. I think if he stays fully on men-at-arms, he might get countered too heavily.
这个塔撑了好久啊！
I
天哪
guess the key is keeping the numbers low from MISTA, right? We saw him engaging against them earlier with the men-at-arms, trying to keep that mass low, and he's in again with the men-at-arms to the wood line. Great stuff there from Vortex, keeping those in the stealth forest. The army from MISTA ran around, and once again, the wood villagers need to abandon that wood line, going back to the town center, and the efficiency is just killing him at the moment.
这个装甲步兵真的是
Have
烦。
some abilities there for the defense, but yeah, stealth force really helping, and well, still haven't.
现在前线法兰西的公弩兵来了。
Ooh, this is a really intense gold income. Pretty nice here for Vortex, who finally decided to go for some proper farming.
Man, the economy difference is way bigger than I thought. Between these two, Vortex is at 48, and MISTA is at 60 somehow.
Yeah, French bonus. Faster working town
Yeah.
centers, my friend. It's often underestimated, especially it scales
现在
up with the
MISTA
ages,
用他的
so
方
calculating
式
faster.
有机会又打回这个比赛，
And even without losses, French
我觉得
somehow
好扯，
getting ahead quite easily there.
我觉得好扯啊，MISTA。
All right, Mangonel
第一
now
盘
out
他
from
用英
Vortex.
国不同的套路去打，
So he's going to be able to, or 2 Mangonels out from him. So he's going to be able to push
没有成功
the，
但是这一
Arbaletrier
盘
back.
目前还不好说。
I don't know if Miss is going to run right into those shots. Another prelate from Vortex trying to head out for that relic on the left, but Mr. is doing a pretty good job with his knights, tracking those and killing them.
现在有这个投石车，公弩兵怎么办？
Now the perfect counter to what MISTA has, unless he gets onto some knights himself.
哇
Nice pick up at the right hand side, finds lots and lots of gold.
MISTA
Also neutralized the sacred side, and we just saw neither player basically with
哎，
any
神罗
defense and
Vortex
abilities are
很
getting into
强
the right hand
哦。
side, villagers won't be able to wall this one off.
Yeah, and if
Vortex 的神罗
pushes all
算
his
是王
army over
牌
to
哦
that right，
虽然
side
不
to
是在
deal
高
with
山
that,
深
there's
谷出。
another army waiting in the stealth forest here from MISTA. MISTA, after not doing too much damage to Vortex and Vortex being up to the next stage first, is going to be able to collapse on these Mangonels here with the cavalry and take both of them out for free, Nilly.
投石
Oh
车，
god, and as we all know, now extra torch damage. Now we see Mangonel at least getting one shot off.
投石车全没了。
And those men-at-arms will not be in
MISTA
time.
起
Beautiful
风，
engagement from
弓弩
MISTA.
兵全吃装甲步兵。
How did he swing this back so heavily in his favor? It feels like Vortex
Stealth
maybe
forest.
didn't have the macro behind it or something. He wasn't producing villagers or something that, or lost some that we didn't see.
然后这一波失误很大一包。
Economy difference is huge now for MISTA.
Moving out there without the vision is just such a major problem, and that's why we sometimes see Roos, right? Because you're guaranteed to have endless amount of scouts on this map already, and you see MISTA still heavily on scouts. First of all, to get vision. Second, to
全新
kill those
meta 哎，真的。
Mangonels, and it really helped him because he can simply judge the fights way better.
Ooh, if he gets to this wood line in the north, that's going to be big trouble for Vortex too.
It's only one
He's
night.
heading over there. Only one night, but
哦，那边村民很多，
there's more cavalry on the way. Oh, they're only scouts.
Yeah.
看到了吗？
8 scouts one night. Yeah. Like,
Even the reinforcements, only scouts.
Okay, so villagers could pull. And I don't think too many should die. Like
要
3,
沉了。
4 maybe, but lots of them should make it home. It's basically only the knight really having the damage output.
哦，我的
And
天
lost！ one bill. Lost only one
He's going to
bill.
lose another Mangonel here, I think, against the scouts.
The repair is still relatively strong. Scouts are going in. Torch damage is flying in. Raid at the top. Now the shot against the Arbiteers. Dodging quite nicely. Mangonel still alive. Repair still strong.
One Mangonel does go down. I really love the fact MISTA added those scouts in simply to snipe the siege. Great addition from him, and it's really paying off. And he still manages to keep his
那
range
MISTA 后
army
面的
alive,
村民
so
已经在产了，
he's
而
still
且
in a
法兰西
fantastic
产村有比
position,
较
and
快哦。
Vortex is just struggling to find answers against the mobility and against the stealth forest.
Yeah, he's just like, he feels surrounded and he doesn't really have the vision. If you go into his POV, no idea what's happening at the
太
right
精
hand
彩
side.
了！
No idea really at the front.
这一
At the
盘
top,
MISTA 策
like
略
the
从
mill is
前
giving
面
him
小
most of
失
his
败，
vision.
又
It's
到这个
really
装甲步兵进来，
troublesome.
转到一个弓弩兵这里。
Oh, he almost got away with it, Nilly. He almost got away with it, that prelate, but will go down. The relic won't be in his control. I think the relics are kind of the only thing
Wow.
keeping Vortex in this game right now.
MISTA 好扯哦。
Yeah,
Keeping
yeah.
his production up.
Well, it's still like worth 15 villagers, right? It's
Yep.
crazy. Absolutely crazy. We had 52 villagers against 73. So
MISTA 73村对52村
it's
了，
advantage only around
反超。
plus also more efficiency, right? So income, I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually higher for Vortex overall it is.
Now we have a stable switch coming in from Vortex.
Ooh. Against
He's going for
Arbiteers
Horseman.
already? Questionable.
Well, maybe are these to go forward with because you have the Mangonels in defense?
I don't
哎，这边有超多的
see
弓
that
弩
working
兵
too
啊
well. Oh, 3 Mangonels out there. Scouts are moving in again. Maybe some ground attacks. This is going to be a massive fight here. HP lost quite
Oh!
big connection at the left-hand side. That was horrible for MISTA.
MISTA 的兵都死了。
Those are some huge shots there from Vortex. MISTA losing a few more. He will save his Mangonel here with the repairs. He saves 2 of them, Nilly.
Oh god, that was so good for Vortex, and it felt like, what was it, like 30 army against 50? And Vortex comes out ahead with
我
barely
已
any
经快不
losses.
行了。
Great repairs there from Vortex. Great surround with his men-at-arms. Protecting those units, and of course, the massive
bao.
shots on the army from MISTA. So MISTA is going to have to retreat once again, and Vortex can start building up his horsemen.
哇，
behind
我已
us.
经
So what is the army looking
我
like?
已经傻掉了，我真的
40,
傻掉了。
39 Arbiteers, 19 scouts. On the other side, only 96 population. 27 men-at-arms and obviously 2 crazy Mangonels. And the production for Vortex? Horsemen only. Some men-at-arms.
Filled it. the map control from MISTA is great. I mean, he's even gone for an
我唔
outpost
知
on
啊，
the
我
gold that
我已
Vortex
經不
was
知道
taking
了
to。the right side. He's going for outposts in the stealth forest as well. There's red dots all over the map, and he's keeping his army hidden in the center here.
So good. So good. And you see Vortex, he has basically no vision. Look at how this is. He has no idea what... He could run into a full surround. He needs to leapfrog forward with more outposts. Or build some scouts himself.
哦，进来了，看到箭塔。
He did grab that relic, and he's trying to run away with the prelate.
现在 MISTA 斥候，再烧一波。
Big fight in the middle here. Scouts loop around for the Mangonels once again. They get 1, 2. That was a big shot, but not enough.
投石车清掉了。
For Vortex.
And Horsemen are such a good option against the Arbaletiers here, but simply not in the numbers. And yeah, Mangonels not as well protected as last time. And it feels like Vortex has to retreat here. Also, the Relic will actually make it home, so not chase till the end. So 3 Relics now, and HRE, they are still happy to play the super long game. 95 population against 135 though. 40 population lead for the MISTA.
Yeah, that gold income is going to be so big. It's going to keep Vortex in this game here, keep his production up.
Wow.
Did MISTA go for a second town center?
太扯了这一场。
Especially with French, right? Your TC is already producing so quickly. You're sitting at 80 villagers. You want to go for some aggression. He has the wood and stone, but
现在 MISTA
because he has all the map control in the world.
谁会先上帝王呢？石头都没有人挖，焦灼到现在没有人在挖石头。
Vortex has 500 gold.
Vortex 他没有黄金，他就靠这个教堂在产黄金。MISTA 持续压着他的黄金。
Love to see that.
Yeah, this is wood control isn't pretty, not really gold, not really stone, and he can't really expand here.
真的傻爆了，傻爆眼了。
For the time being, he's been trying to keep himself safe for the last what?
现在 MISTA 在 Vortex 家里门口的黄金区全部封锁，就只给你自己遗迹产黄金。
And it's still the hold that really shows you how evenly those two are matched.
Yeah.
好扯哎。
Over 30 population
raid coming here from Vortex. I think MISTA might have seen that though. He was building the outpost in the middle, so might get an indication that this is coming. And yeah, Knights are going over to the right side now from MISTA, so I think he knows this is happening. But look at all those gold villagers there.
Oh, MISTA 的村民。
That's the jackpot right there.
We'll find 1 villager spreads his horseman actually, quite surprising to me. We'll only find 1 villager kill so far. And now Knights are around.
现在皇家骑士出来了。
He's kind of debated him a little bit, and the Knights or the Horsemen are heading into the eco now.
Debated him to get 0 villager kills. He's next to the town center, and there are no vills.
It's true, there's no vills there. It's a ghost town.
Finds another one, and yeah, I thought
MISTA 家里 TC 没村民都在外面。
Seems more like a raid that killed 3, 4 villagers and lost all your army. Double Siege Workshop as an aggression for MISTA now goes for Springles. Makes life so much easier if you have some.
现在神罗还夹着，就是靠这个黄金在产，后面全部都是垃圾兵。
One more Mangonels, some more Spearmen, no more Horsemen. Okay, Q's Horsemen again.
其实这一波 MISTA 有Vortex 有砸到的话，其实会挂哦。MISTA 会挂哦，兵很多。
And the Knights are knocking at the door over on the right side, but the Spearmen should be enough to deal with that. Maybe they can run around in circles for a little bit, but Spearmen look good over on the right side. Another Mangonel comes out from Vortex, and he's just building his army constantly.
I'm getting nervous here.
This
is for both. For me. This is like there will be a massive fight happening soon. Like MISTA, he's just waiting for the big fight. Getting some more siege, getting the towers, and Vortex, he has to free himself at some point. I think he has to fight within the next 2-3 minutes.
Vortex 什么时候会冲出去？他已经真的没有黄金了，他就是要等，他就是遇到一波要出去打。
What 20th outpost of the game for MISTA right now. That will go down. Knights, or sorry, horsemen on the gold again, but the knights are there to respawn.
MISTA 172P 了。
More valuable army than it actually is for MISTA there, because there's a lot of scouts mixed in.
Yeah, scouts obviously slower than the veteran horsemen as well. Now pulled away, and those are just hiding themselves again. Next raid at the right-hand side, spearmen clearing up some of the towers. MISTA plays this one so patiently, but he knows, okay, I'm in the spot where you will run out of resource eventually, but also still 3 relics ticking away.
现在 MISTA 后面很多弩炮。
Vortex with 5 mangonels.
98 military against 97, Dave. What are we witnessing?
Vortex 有100支军队。
military.
100支。
26 men at
100
arms.
支军士。
26 spearmen. 5 mangonels. And horsemen on the way.
哇，这边弩炮直接解
Springel's getting
掉
a。good shot there against the mangonel, and they take out one.
现在冲上来打了吗？
The opening of
现在
this
冲上来打
incredible
了。
battle we're
哦，
about
这
to
边一
head
大
into.
波。
There's a lot of
哦，
outposts
这边要开
behind
战
us,
了，
a
这
lot
边
of
Vortex 受不了了，
armament
已经没有资源了，
here,
这边
whatever
直接
they're
冲一
called
波，
behind.
骑手上去，长枪兵上去，全部冲一波。
Some of them
这边
dying,
投石车在后面
Mangonels
等
there, the，
投石
top
车
still
有
full
4
HP,
台，
back,
这
some shots
边
there,
抖
okay, some
动
good connections,
没
but
中
spread，
这
before
边
Spearmen
MISTA 的
now to
骑
deal
士
with
直接
the
贴上去，
cavalry
再往回
running
拉，
away,
这边往
and
稍微
this
拉
looks like
扯
a
一下
reasonable fight，for
这边弓弩
Vortex
兵再往回拉，没有中。
MISTA
哦
needs to back up with his
，Vortex
range
没有
units. He
打
can't
到这
tank
个
shots there, and every time he tries
MISTA 的
to go in for the
兵
mangonel,
，MISTA 的
the
骑士全
spearmen are
死了，
doing work,
还有
and
2只
there's
投
some
石
big
车，
shots,
还有2台投
Millie.
石车，这边弓弩
Oh, and
兵，
that's
这边
not
弓弩兵
even
已经
the
没有了，
final
弓弩
form
兵的
yet.
残
Let's
血
see，
弓弩
Mangonels
兵
maybe
残
going
血
for。some more shots. Indeed,
这
they're
里
connecting
MISTA
again.
要
What
打
a
回来
beautiful
吗？
clear up
这边
here by
投石车还有1
Vortex.
台。哇，
Fantastic stuff, and there's no other army on the field really here from MISTA. This was his big force. He's gonna retreat,
哇哦！
and Vortex has kind of bought himself enough time to clear out these outposts now.
Holy guacamole, and without any gold income, Vortex went up to 2.5k gold in the bank. Both players had above 100 military. After this, we have 50 for Vortex, 24 for MISTA, and dropping.
Yep. And now Vortex is free to maybe raid a little bit again. He's got
太扯了。
horsemen running around. MISTA needs to deal with that. MISTA needs to keep pulling his forces back. Springold is kind of exposed there for MISTA now. Vortex.
哇，
been
这个
working
皇
on
家
the
骑士出来
outposts.
都被戳的。
This game turned around with one big battle.
Oh man. And population so low now. Both players were basically pop 200. 110 against 112. Holy moly. And now gaining some control.
太扯了，太扯了。
Now puts the goal
这一
onto
场
the
真的
map again.
太
Look
扯
at
了。
that massive queue. Like 4 Mangonels in the queue. Horsemen, spearmen, men at arms, you name it.
Great patience from him.
Mm-hmm.
He waited until he had enough, and then he sent it out in one big ball. And MISTA just couldn't deal with it. But he hasn't taken out the forward siege workshops. He hasn't taken out all of these outposts in the forest. And he's still kind of stuck in his base. So even after that big clear up there, MISTA retains the map control.
现在地图上还有黄金吗？有，剩下中间的黄金，还有旁边边边都被 MISTA 挖掉了。还有3点钟方向。哎，太扯了，你们知道吗？这场。
Outposts in the north going down, 2 mangonels behind. He knows MISTA likes to loop around and snipe those, so he needs to keep his spearmen close. And now mangonels from MISTA added in to deal with the spearmen.
这边投石车又有3台了，神罗的那个遗迹。现在双方重新再续兵，再打。
Probably not on this map, right? But right-hand side is not really taking anything.
I think north is where he would want to focus.
出骑手不要出斥候。
Still not
这
the greatest
边
with
我
lines
个人
up
没
there.
有特别的意见，因为我觉得2个出在这个现在的这个长枪兵的局里面都
This
是
is
要
like
死。
deja vu here, Nilly. Once again, we have the mangonel build up in exactly the same spot. Big army here from Vortex, and then army in the stealth forest from MISTA.
Let's see if MISTA maybe takes a better fight this time. Like he's going for way more siege versus knights, which is
这边投石车有4台啊，哇！
For the last engagement, lots of his units were low HP, and now he's going for new units, obviously full HP.
These relics are kind of disgusting. Like, look at the variety in his queue.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Is he not having enough production? 3 stable, 3 barracks, 2 siege workshops. It's like with that crazy.
Vortex 他没有人在挖黄金，还可以打这么久，就这个神罗的这个大教堂。
He's got 6 buildings, no 7 buildings producing at any given, no 8 producing at any given time, right?
啊，太扯。
He could easily double down on that.
太
On
扯
the
了。
other side, 1 Mangler in the queue.
太史诗了这一场，这场也是史诗。
Okay, queues up more stuff now as well. Take how crazy long they're staying in Castle Age in this one as well.
Yeah.
Whew, what a crazy game. Finally,
Sacred Site finally being captured there for MISTA. Seemed like something you could have invested into much earlier.
Let's take a look. French Guild Hall. Okay, was used multiple times. 420.
这边上来直接打一波，再一波，这一波 Vortex 第二波一大波出来，这边投石车很多是 MISTA。
Those spearmen tanked a few big shots there, and the Mangonels keep on firing.
后面的工程器直接把 MISTA 的投石车给打掉了。MISTA 这边要打输了吗？但是公路兵还在，公路兵还在。
Still, he's gonna have to retreat from this.
但是投石车还有很多，这边长枪兵加投石车弩炮的这个阵容很强，骑士完全贴不上，这个交换比 Vortex 又赢了。
Again, another fight that felt epic, but both coming out ahead, or not, coming out basically in the same scenario.
Undecided.
Yeah.
Vortex though has another big wave coming.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
The Mangonel goes down from MISTA, and Vortex has siege behind this. He has 3 Mangonels there. He's got 4 Springolds.
现在比投石
Mangonels
车
out from MISTA make that 1 now that it got sniped, and the reinforcements, I think more production buildings from Vortex before this fight, and he would have already taken this position.
Wow, those Springolds are the absolute heroes.
长枪兵混在里面真的太强。
Killed 4 earlier, so they found so many kills and so much control. Absolutely crazy. 130 population for Vortex. Even population again. Now double Mangonel popping again.
He's got Springolds though, and the Springolds have been doing work, and they'll start doing work once again. Mangonels come out for MISTA, and Mangonels go down. That was a big shot there.
Wow.
Trying to retreat now. Mangonel shots are just flying in. Oh god, he missed us. Staying under this area for way too long, I believe.
神罗的长枪兵垃圾海
So many big fights in this one area. And Vortex has pushed back, but the Mangonels come out at a terrible time for MISTA, and both of them go down immediately. Vortex is taking control of this game.
Pop 120 against 134 here. Vortex still has gold taking away from himself. Those 3 relics just feel so crazy. Vortex production still endless. Absolutely endless. If only he knew how to build more than 3 barracks, he might have taken even better engagement. More horsemen, more scouts. On the other side, MISTA goes for abiliteers and more knights.
要打到没黄金了吗？
But now he's the one without vision. Look at that. He doesn't really see the army and the stealth forest anymore.
Yep. The outposts are gone, my friend. The outposts that you spent so much time building earlier are gone, and there's a big army heading your way.
Vortex 打回来
More than double the military count. 72 for
太
Vortex.
狂了。
36 for MISTA. Yeah, that's more than double. And now, oh, big night raid potentially at the top though.
Yep.
But
I
not
see
a lot of
that
villagers
heading
left.
around.
太狂
I
了。
think
Transition
Vortex
all the villagers to the right.
Vortex just needs to keep his Mangonels near the Spearmen. They're very
人间对
exposed
决
at the moment, and the Knights are in the north there. The Knights probably looking for villagers, though, and there's exposed villagers up there. As long as they don't kill the Cathedral, I think Vortex is going to be happy, though. Because that's what's keeping him in right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Although he now could take control of the gold in the front, but he doesn't really need to. Knights are coming in with the raid. Raid at the right-hand side could be more lethal, though. And this is a scary, scary push through the center here.
哇
And that's a lot
，Vortex
of
直接
farming
吃
eco,
出
too,
来
that you've
了。
invested in. North of your TC and over
再一
to the
波，
left,
第
too.
三
You've
波。
got to defend this position.
Oh,
But
trying
he
to take
can't.
this
He
fight. but-
can't. There's too much siege.
Oh no, MISTA. What is his, like, does he even have siege workshops? He has 2 siege workshops. Oh, but so out of position, just finished as well.
投石车
How did Vortex manage
航
to
江
get himself
兵
this position? Just great military management.
输出都靠投石车了。
Patience to build up the forces.
Every
Yep, they
single
were
fight.
huge. Absolutely huge. There was some counter raids going on.
哇，
Vortex's relentless.
进来了，神罗。
At the top too, but is it enough as this massive force continues to push into Mista's base? He can't engage with the knights. He can't engage with his range units, and his villagers are going to have nowhere to run as the siege, the mangonels, the springles continue to
战术已经
push.
打得太好了 ，Mista 已经把他想要打出来的打出来大概，但是神罗那个遗迹一直铲一直铲，如果不是神罗这个加黄金，其他文明应该是 GG 了啦。那 Vortex 的神罗也是真的是强，哇，没了。
Vortex on the verge of taking the 2-1 lead.
Yeah, Vortex is doing such a good job keeping these spearmen and the horsemen right beside
这一
his
盘
siege
真
so
的
that
是
Mista has no opportunity to snipe it.
太
And
精
he's
彩了。
thinking about looping around from the north and sniping some of them, but that's a last-ditch desperation attempt from Mista, and he's going to be pushed back once again. Vortex, what fantastic control over his military this game.
Absolutely crazy indeed. And all the raids are cleared up at home. Now losing your starting town center, and 2 other landmarks are there. He knows he can't defend them. GG. One of the best games of the qualifier.
That was sick, man. That was sick. I mean, Mista with the super aggression early, Vortex with the calm.
我们这边恭喜 Vortex 逆转中的逆转，再打回来。那前面开局 Mista 应该是小逆风，但是他又打回来，然后又被 Vortex 打回来。这一盘神仙对决太精彩了。那我们这里稍微休息一下，马上回来。